I'm going to show you two problems, and then you're going to do some homework on your own. The idea is that one of the biggest skills you can take with you to AP Calc is responsibility of your education. So if you watch this video and you still have questions, I would love to see you be proactive. If you want to come find me or get a friend to help you out, that'd be great. Otherwise, you can turn in the homework on May 30th. So let's do two problems together. First problem. 3 minus 7 over x plus 2 all over 1 minus 1 over x minus 3. So this kind of problem is called a complex fraction. Sometimes referred to as a compound fraction. I'm going to show you how to simplify it the best that we can. The first way of doing it is to separate top and bottom. You can treat it as two separate problems. So I'm going to take the top and the bottom, and I'm going to simplify as if they were separate, as if they weren't together in a crazy looking fraction at all. So over here, I'm thinking common denominator. Looks like my common denominator is going to be x plus 2, so I need to change this to 3 times x plus 2 over x plus 2 minus 7 over x plus 2. Common denominator, now remember, I'm simplifying. That's my goal here. Because I'm simplifying, I'm not going to cancel out the common denominators. I'm going to keep them together, but I am going to write it all as one fraction. I'll go ahead and distribute at the same time, which means I'm going to have 3x minus 1 over x plus 2. Same thing with the other side here. Common denominator looks like to be x minus 3. Changing to common denominator. Same situation. I'm not solving, I'm simplifying. So I'm going to keep the denominator and write it all as one fraction. Once I've simplified the top and the bottom separately, my second step is to put them back together. So the top one is going to go on top, and the bottom one's going to go on the bottom. Now, if my goal is to simplify, and I have dividing by fraction, I'm never going to do that. Instead, I'm going to bring it up, and I'll flip, and multiply it by the reciprocal instead. Flip that fraction, multiply instead, and now I'm going to put parentheses around and just write it all as one fraction. No need to FOIL, especially in calculus, no need to FOIL. I'm done. Second problem. One over a squared minus 1 over b squared all over 1 over a minus 1 over b. Now, I could take the exact same approach. Separate the top and bottom, simplify as I can. Put them back together, multiply by the reciprocal. I really could. But a second method would be to look at all of my fractions inside the fraction and find a common denominator for all of them. So my first step here is common denom for all. So that means I'm looking at this denominator, this denominator, this denominator, and this denominator. the common denominator for everything would be a squared b squared. So now I'm going to multiply so that all of my denominators look like that. So up here, I'm going to multiply by b squared over b squared. Here I'm going to multiply by a squared over a squared. Here I'm going to multiply by, looks like ab squared. And this one's going to be a squared b. So now each denominator should look the same. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 fractions, so they can all look the same now. So I'm going to write as one fraction on top, write as one fraction on the bottom, and now, because my top and my bottom have common denominators, I don't need them anymore. If you don't believe me, multiply by the reciprocal, you'll see that they cancel out, which means I can take this down to be just b squared minus a squared over ab squared minus a squared b. And then you'd be done. All right, your homework is on page 856, numbers 63 through 74. Due May 30th. And remember, x to the negative 1 is the same thing as 1 over x. And the same would go if I had x to the negative 4th, or x minus 4 to the negative 1 would be 1 over x minus 4. You might want to keep that as a good reminder for yourself. Okay, good luck, and if you have any questions, let me know.